Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social. We're here, Antonio Tarver. Look, I want to start with Shakur Stevenson. There's certain nights where I've been at boxing and thought that was one of them performances. Tonight, I think he proved a lot to everybody about what he's really made of. William Zepeda is a world level fighter, and he put on a special performance.
It was a great performance by Shakur Stevenson. It shows that he was mentally locked in for the challenge. But William Zepeda, as he said, pushed him to a limit that he didn't even know he can go to. It was a hell of a performance. He stood in the paint, almost like James Toney, man. You know, when James Toney be in the trenches. But it was great, man. He's still, looping that backhand. I think is because his hand problems. If he can turn that knuckle over, he probably can generate some knockout power. You feel me? But it's kind of hard when it's on the back of your mind. If I crack this guy, am I going to hurt myself? So he's been fighting with that mentality all these years and all this time. He's hurt his hand in fights where he had to beat guys with one hand. You feel me? That's resolve that you can't teach. You can't teach that type of resolve, bro.
I almost feel like when people say, oh, it reminds them of Floyd Mayweather, that it's a difficult comparison because Floyd's one of the all-time greats, but that was as clinical of a performance as you will see. Little sort of nuances and reminiscent of a Mayweather who stands on the ropes doing that Money Mayweather, but it had a flicker of Pretty Boy in there as well where he stood and traded. Is this put him well and truly in your top, close to like pound for pound top 5?
Undoubtedly. He's a couple division champions, undefeated. He's got a hell of a resume so far. Still got to put some of those celebrities on there, and celebrity fighters, yeah. Tank Davis and these other guys in the lightweight division. He deserved those type of fights. He's a big enough name, and Shakur Stevenson may have become a pay-per-view star tonight. It depended on the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I believe, tuned in to Ring 3.
Got to ask you quickly, who would you favour in that? Say a fully fit, fully focused Tank versus a fully fit, fully focused Shakur Stevenson. Who would you lean to? It's a great fight.
It's hard not to lean to the Olympian, the silver medalist that has the amateur pedigree. You feel me? The man can process a fight like nobody business, and you saw that tonight. He made 2 or 3 different changes in the game to give himself the best chance to win. You saw him laying on the ropes early, and then he stayed in the middle of the ring when he was really doing a lot of good work combination style. I mean, the man got a deep bag of tricks.
Got to ask you, Hamzah Sheeraz. Look, after the fight with Carlos Adames, people were very critical. So it weren't what they were used to seeing. But everybody, I suppose, knew from years, and this is not taking anything away from Adames. Sheeraz is a big boy, and he often talked about, I need to move up at some point. He got his opportunity tonight against EDGAR BERLANGA, who's, look, not taking nothing away from him, good fighter, but once he started landing, it was inevitable sort of what was going to happen. But just give me your assessment of that fight.
You know what? Berlanga fought good until he didn't. He was in the fight until he wasn't. You know what I mean? Hamzah Sheeraz showed the separation of a champion, bro. And EDGAR showed a lot of improvements, but he got to get back to the drawing board. And with a devastating knockout loss like this, I don't know what type of Berlanga we're going to see in the future. Maybe he take some time off if he really wants to do this and dedicate himself like he's never did to the sport. Maybe he can come back and have some success. But very few fighters get hurt like that and come back and be the same fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I really appreciate your time. It's always busy. You always give us some of it. And we'll catch up soon, hopefully. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my guy. I appreciate it.